We are moving into Parashas Bamidbar, and in Parashas Bamidbar, the Alter Rebbe, in a celebrated Maimer, discusses the four basic elements of creation: fire, air, earth, and water, and explains that these aren't elements as in chemistry, where there's 100 plus elements. We're not talking about chemical elements. We're talking about totally spiritual elements which make up the nature of the cosmos, both at a spiritual worlds and within our finite physical world. There are four qualities that underlie all of creation. These are the four: fire, air, earth, and water. And we have to understand that they are within us as an image of creation, because when you and I understand them and refine our elements of fire, air, earth, and water, then as a consequence, we refine the totality of existence. So, for example, when we speak in terms of the earth element, Aretz element, what we're talking about is the way that the Sphira of Malchus creates the world, reveals what is potentially hidden, but in our level, we're talking about the way we reveal ourselves, whether we reveal ourselves appropriately. And there are many ways that we reveal ourselves. We have our inner mind. You don't know what I'm thinking. That's private. But when I reveal myself, then under those circumstances, you begin to know me. There's a relationship that begins to be formed. And that's the basis upon which everything is then built. So that becomes the aris, the earth level. The earth level is the process of revealing what's hidden, although it comes from the lowest level of the Sfirot, Malchus, but not in value the lowest. Lowest meaning it gets to the tipping point where what is private becomes public. And that tipping point, the lowest, is called earth, because it is dust and earth relative to the highest Sfirot, which we won't discuss to any great extent at the moment. So what we need to do in life is to consider our own four elements, and in so doing, elevate the world. The fire element is the way that we conduct our emotions, maintain, control, and direct our emotions. For example, Ruach, the wind or air level, is the way that we use breath to communicate, to be able to connect one to the other through the vibrations of sound. That's Ruach. Water is the level of enjoyment, oneg, which we discussed on a previous occasion, because water makes everything pleasureful, whether it be food or otherwise. In other words, water is the basis of the way that we begin to enjoy the nature of life. So we have fire, air, earth, and water, and we've got these elements. So why don't we spend a few moments just considering and contemplating more deeply the four elements within us, and be conscious and aware how we should elevate them, because the way you and I, as the microcosm of the macrocosmos, behave and comport ourselves creates the status of not just this world affects this world, the butterfly effect of affecting every single element in existence by everything that we do, but all the spiritual worlds at the same time. Okay, gently close your eyes and just become aware of these four elements within you. Let's consider them one by one. Fire. What is your emotional temperament? Do you emote easily? Do you emote too strongly? Are your words and behaviors governed by emotion appropriately? Do you allow yourself to emotionally be balanced by allowing your mind to be able to provide a compass bearing for the emotions? true north for emotions, appropriate feelings at the appropriate moment. That is a fire element. There are other fire elements. What about your earth element? Earth is your tendency downwards. If fire is upwards, fire always tends to rise. Earth has a tendency to go downwards, not necessarily negatively. It can be negative. Your downwards tendency may be laziness. It may be a tendency towards sadness, melancholy, depressed states. But it also means solidity. It means trustworthiness. It means to be a solid individual. Both aspects. Where are you in terms of your earth state? And consider your air element. The way you communicate. The style of your communication. Do you speak quickly or slowly? Does the ruach level flow fast or slow? Do you speak unnecessarily, even bordering on gossip? That derives from your ruach element. Or are you measured in the way that you speak, that the breath impinges on the 5 parts of the mouth that create sound, and you formulate that sound appropriately, revealing yourself in a balanced manner? And what about water? Water is what you seek by way of personal enjoyment. Do you seek enjoyment in a superficial level? Or do you seek profundity of enjoyment, depth? Analyze what are the things that make you happy. Now understand your personality of these 4 natures, 4 elements, is always in a state of flux and change. But you have the capacity to drive these to higher order, to higher level. And when you improve yourself in these 4 ways, you improve the world and you improve all the spiritual realms as well. Because you and I are the image of creation, but the only element that creates change. We change, the world changes. Gently open your eyes, coming all the way back, having made that commitment to change.